Hi everyone, welcome to our webinar section 3. And our sales specialist, Phil, will present you how to prepare for the install. Okay, Phil, can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Janice. And I appreciate the patience, guys. We had just some minor technical issues that we were just trying to sort out, but we're all up and running here now. So as always, this is a quick 30-minute session weekly that we're running through that's limited to our friends. We're going to cover everything you need to know about the Anker X1 system. And to keep the focus on the content, just disabled the chat function, but you can type your Qs and we'll get some A's to you. My team's in the background helping answer some of those questions, so we'll be able to get them to you in a nice, timely fashion. So why don't we get started with slides? This week we're talking about basically all things installation wise. So the first thing that we want you guys to understand is once you've sold that X1, you've partnered with Anker and you're really excited to get the ball rolling, we really need you to register. And you can do that at the link on the website here. This is for installers to get access to the O&M portal, which is essentially our fleet management tool. This will also get you login details for the commissioning app and enable installers essentially to have a seamless customer experience. Next. Our O&M portal, once you've got the logins, you'll be able to get in there and we can have a look at that, what that looks like. If you want to just next slide, please. It gives you an overview of all the installs you've done for all your customers. So essentially, we've all used some fleet management tools over the years. This is one of the better ones. It's nice and easy to use. Gives you a map of where all your installs are in a geographic location, not to mention how they're performing, a breakdown of each individual site. Gives you some more important data. So not only so you can make sure your customers stay happy and healthy, but also that you might be able to look at how they're performing and potentially target them in the future for an upgrade for more additional modules. Once you do register as well, you will be able to get access to the Anker SOLIX Academy. This is a really vital resource and will be something that we'll be really starting to push in the weeks coming up with July 1 just around the corner. It has all the training materials needed for you to be able to complete an installation and commissioning of an Anker SOLIX X1. Super important resource, something that I think that people are going to go back to time and time again. And it's going to give you a lot of the answers that you need to really sort of make sure that that install goes as smoothly as possible. So I'm going to get my colleague Tracy, he's our technical lead here in Australia, to speak more on some of the technical side of things with system selection guide. So Tracy, if you could just jump in here, buddy, and we can help people walk through AC versus hybrid.
Okay. So for our product, the maximum is we have the AC couple and hybrid. So first, about AC couple, the advantages is it's really cost effective and easy to integrate. So we can couple with any brand and some mainstream brands like the SMA, SolarEdge, and Sungrow, and Huawei. Both single phase and three phase is not a problem. So, but for special case is like that the backup power demands exceeds 6 kilowatt, or if they are using the three-phase backup loads, so it needs consider using a three-phase hybrid inverter as backup. So each phase cannot exceed yet 1/3 of the rated power, so like that. But some application note you need mentioned is like the AC couple system. We are not compatible with the backup solar inverters, so we do not do the frequency PV control. And also the black start is not supported because a long time no use. The PV start cannot make sure the every to charge the system if it is a power outage. So it is really important. Yeah, we recommend only support the backup for essential household loads. Yeah. And next, if you want to install a new PV system, yeah, we provide the single phase and three phase hybrid solutions. So we provide different for single phase and three phase. So you can select which one suits for you. You want to install the both PV and storage. You can select these solutions. It will be better compared, compare others. Also compared with the some other scenarios. Yeah, it is really important. So also, if you want to use we have the single phase 5 kilowatt and 6 kilowatt. Also, the three phase, we have the 5, 8, 10, 12 kilowatt. Yeah, so different modules. You can select which you need. Also, for example, also you need to pay attention. We have MPPTs, we have two inputs. So at this moment, we can support to the 200% the PV maximum, but you need to consider the PV panels open circuit and the power rated of the panels. So by calculate and also connect the temperature resistance. So by calculation, we will support the 150% to the 200%. Yeah. So at this moment, you need to pay attention about the application nodes. Also connecting the multiple PV strings in power line to a single MPPT input on a X1 is not supported. So you can, if you have so many roof orientations, like 3 or 4, so we do not support you in different orientations to in series. So mention this is really important. And next is about the system sizing based on the electricity bill analysis. So for example, we use an example of the off-grid, our real customer. In this situation, he has the PV inverters already, but he needs some battery. We check the bills every day. He will use the more than 10 kilowatt hours from the grid. So as this situation, we recommend him to use the 10 kilowatt hours battery. So at this time, after that, everything is using from the solar, and at night even use our battery from the solar. So he do not rely on the grid. It benefits him a lot. It saves really a lot of money, and yeah, he likes our product. Yeah. About this function is really important we will launch at the end of June is about our hybrid three-phase power line. We can support from 2 inverters to 6 inverters in power line. So the maximum each one, if it is 12 kilowatts, we will support maximum to 72 kilowatts in the totally, and we will support the 180 kilowatt hours totally. So it really helps a lot. So no worries, which one connect to the mobile dongle, WLAN dongle or mobile dongle will be the master, and others will automatically be the slave. So just make sure that each machine connect to the main panel through the breaker. It will be all good, and the power can be used together. Please pay attention. As mentioned, is on-grid part. For the backup part, each machine need to connect the loads separately. Cannot be one cannot charge to the other one. So and use one power sensor is like the smart meter. On grid side, it will be all good. So I'm hope you can get what I mean. Yeah. I think about the pure technical part is finished. So Phil, you can go ahead. Yeah.
Thanks, Tracy. I appreciate that, buddy. So we've got some install guidelines around the actual dimensions that you need to be aware of for installation. So you still need your 600 mil besides to be able to install. So if you've got it near the edge of a door or a window, you need that 600 mil gap. 60 centimeters. And this enables safe install. So a lot of those install guides you guys be aware of already and be covered in a lot of the Australian standards. But it's always good to understand what that is for each individual hardware system. So next slide, please. Configuration. This is one of Anker's biggest strengths, along with all the others. We are able to essentially install the 6 battery modules, so the 30 kilowatt hours per power module, in almost any configuration you would like. So if you're doing a full 30 kilowatt hour stack, you could have that arranged in a nice steady sort of 3 and 3, 2 towers with the power module on top of one. Or if space is more of an issue, you could do 2 batteries, 2 batteries, 2 batteries with the power module on one. Or if you really need to get creative, you could have them set up with 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Or you could have it with 4 batteries in one stack and 2 in the other with the power module on top of the 4. The X1 is super flexible in terms of its install capacity. And here's a good picture of how that would look. You can go to the next one. Yep. So that's a good look at a 25 kilowatt system where you've got the 3 batteries on the left and the 2 on the right with the power module on the left. Something to note here in terms of additional costs. If you are going into a second tower, you'll need to order the additional base plate. So it's got something to sit on, and the cap piece as well that sits on top to make sure that the product looks as good as we want it to for the consumer. Next slide. Perfect. So this just covers across some more about the wall mount versus the floor mount. So there are some minor differences there in terms of how you would like to install that. Wall mount's going to be quite popular with some of the AC coupled systems. Obviously, it's a very attractive battery, and wall mounting it gives it that nice floating, sexy, clean look. So that's going to be quite a good one. That's also an additional cost. So that bracket itself to wall mount is an additional product. I think it's only around the $100 mark, so it's not too bad. But if you do have a seriously uneven floor, or if it's in a location that is going to be challenging to have it sitting on the ground, particularly down the side of a house, I think wall mounting is going to be the best option for you. Next. And here's some examples of that wall mounting system. So you can see there on the left how it's slightly cantering from left to right. Having that floating on the wall enables it to look as good as we all want it to. And that you can have you can see what the wall bracket looks like. You can mount up to 4 battery modules and a power module on a wall bracket, so 20 kilowatt hours and the power module / inverter. However, I probably wouldn't want to do that on a fibro wall. Let's make sure that it's a wall suitable to mount that amount of weight on. Next. So in terms of direct sunlight, we want to obviously, the battery is designed for Australian conditions. It is incredibly tough. We do have a super wide thermal operating window of up to 55 degrees Celsius. But we also want to make sure that the hardware isn't just sitting there in the direct sunlight baking every day in a field in outback Queensland. So if we are going to be sort of north facing, I would be suggesting just putting a cover on it just to protect some of the hardware and having a little bit of shelter from it. It's still very capable of protecting itself inside a garage. As you can see there, we've got a couple of bollards, which is now Australian standards, I believe. We are looking at getting in some black and white bollards at some of our distributors to make sure that it keeps that nice, clean aesthetic look. But you want to use your common sense in terms of the installs here and make sure that if it is going to be in certain locations that you think, yeah, maybe I should put a cover on this one. Not mandatory, but we do suggest it in certain locations. Next. Again, one of the key selling points is the C5M anti-corrosion rating. So if you are installing within 500 meters of a coastline, we are the only battery for you. We are going to provide you with a significant sales advantage if a customer is cross-shopping you and our hardware with a competitor's hardware, say another system. They've come to you and gone, hey, I've got this price. What do you want to do about it? You have the ace up your sleeve to say, look, it's a great piece of kit that they've suggested for you there, but I don't believe it would be suitable for your installation, given that you live within 500 meters of the ocean. Anker X1 can be installed within 50 meters of the ocean. Now, within 50 to 300 meters, that battery needs to be installed in a protected space. So that would be sort of in a garage, in a carport, shed, in some sort of space where it is not directly exposed to salt spray. Over 300 meters, it's open season. So lots of flexibility in terms of the install, and we will warranty that. That's very clearly written in our warranty documents. A lot of our competition have quite vague warranty documents around where you can install it in relation to the ocean. We try to make that as clear as possible, which in the end benefits the consumer. Clarity always benefits the consumer in that way. Next. So here's all the different switch requirements that we can go through at a very high level, but essentially with the AC coupled units, it's slightly different switch requirements to the hybrids, as I'm sure you guys are already aware. We can share some of these notes afterwards if anyone would like a more detailed walkthrough. Next. And just to recap, if anyone's in ever any doubt, please give us a call. I'm more than happy to take a call from any of you at almost any hour and help you guys with the installs. I know that things from July 1 again get pretty chaotic, but if we can get everyone registered and get them through the Anker SOLIX Academy, we're going to make sure that the installations are going to go smoothly and people are going to be very happy with their end product. If in any doubt, please reach out. And now, coming up next, I believe I will be back again next week. Please join us again. There's no need to register again. You'll get the reminder. If you're registered for one of these, you'll be registered for all of them. Please feel free to invite your colleagues if they're interested to come along. If there are any topics that aren't discussed in this schedule at the moment, please feel free to reach out and we will be able to help clear up some of that confusion. But essentially, if you'd like to register, please partner with us at the following QR codes, and please also join our Facebook group. Love to see a lot more installers in there contributing and giving their experience, because the more you share with us, the more we can build that feedback into the next round of products that we're already looking at. All right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming to this session. Feel free to reach out with any questions you might have, and hopefully we'll see you all again next week. Thank you.
Recording in progress.
All right, guys. Do you have any questions? If you don't have any questions, we would like to see you next week. Thank you, guys. Thanks for coming. Have a good day. Bye.